Good morning dear students, this is Bonani Prakash. I welcome you all to today's video. Here we are doing the chapter matrices. Now we will do inverse of a matrix by elementary operations. That means we will find the inverse of a matrix with the help of elementary operations. So for that let us move to example 23. So in example 23 it is given, by using elementary operations find the inverse of the matrix A. So to do this kind of question, our first rule is to write it as A equal to either IA or A equal to AI. You can do this question by writing this or by writing this, any one of this. The solution is started with writing this A equal to IA. Now in place of this A we will write the matrix A. In place of I, that is the identity matrix, we will write the identity matrix I, and we will keep this A like this only. Now we will convert this matrix into identity matrix. So for that we have to do the elementary transformation. So first step is what they have done, applying row 2 is transformed to row 2 minus 2 row 1. So here you see, whenever we will do this transformation, we have to do in both the matrices. So here you see both the rows are changed. That means the second row in both the cases are changed. So these 2 minus 2 into 1, so this will be 0. This minus 1 minus 2 into 2, so minus 5. For this matrix, the identity matrix, the 0 minus 2 into 1, so minus 2. For this one, 1 minus 2 into 0, so it will be 1. In the next line, they have done applying R2 transformed to minus 1 by 5 R2. That means this R2, this R2 will be transformed to minus 1 by 5 R2. Now you see 0 will be replaced by minus 1 by 5 into 0. So it will remain 0. Then this minus 5 will be converted to minus 1 by 5 into minus 5. So it will be converted to 1. So for this matrix, 0 will remain 0 and minus 5 will be converted to 1. So see, here they have written 0 and 1. Now for the next matrix, this minus 2 will be converted to minus 1 by 5 into minus 2. So it will be converted to 2 by 5. And this 1 will be converted to minus 1 by 5 into 1, so minus 1 by 5. So minus 2 will be converted to 2 by 5 and 1 will be converted to minus 1 by 5. So let us see, here it is written 2 by 5 and minus 1 by 5. Now question is, why we are doing only this, R2 is transformed to minus 1 by 5 R2, why we have done this R2 is transformed to R2 minus 2 R1, because we need 1 in place of this minus 1, we need 0 in place of these two 2's, so that we can get 1 0 0 1 in place of this matrix. Now you see here we already have our 0. Now we are left with these 2. We have to make this 2 0. Now see how we can make this 2 0. So applying R1 transform to R1 minus 2R2. Now you see this 2 is in R1 and we are doing the transformation considering rows. So we cannot transform it using columns. If you are starting a question by transforming rows, then you cannot do anything with the columns. You have to complete the question using the rows only. And if you are starting a question considering the columns, you cannot apply any transformation related to rows. You have to complete the question using the columns only. So here we have started the question using rows, so we have to do this transformation using rows only. So here 2 is in row 1. So we have to do it by R1 is converted to R1 minus 2R2, so that we can get this 0. Now see, if we do 1 minus 2 into this 0, then we will get this 1. And if we do this 2 minus 2 into this 1, then we will get 0. So here it is written 0. So see, in place of A we have now this matrix, and in place of I we have this matrix. So from here we can say this matrix is A inverse. So here we have I is equal to A inverse into A. This is I. Now you remember that whenever you are transforming the row or the column, whatever it is, the row you are transforming, you have to write this in this side. Then here you have to write what calculation you are doing taking the rows. Here we are converting row 1. So we have written applying row 1 is transformed to. If we say in this step we were converting row 2, this row 2. So we have written applying row 2 is transformed to, the calculation is this one. So in this way you have to write. Now alternatively, in case of column operation we will write A equal to AI, and in case of row operation we will write A equal to IA. After that, to make this as identity matrix, they have done some elementary operations taking the columns. So try to do this question by taking the columns also. And whenever you are doing the question using column transformation, you have to remember that you have to write it like this, A equal to AI. And whenever you are doing it taking the row operation, you have to write it as A equal to IA. Now come to example 24. In example 24 it is given, obtain the inverse of the following matrix using elementary operation. So this matrix is given and this matrix is of order 3 by 3. Here the solution is done taking the rows. So we have to start the question with this line, A equal to IA. Then we have to convert this A into I. Now see, here some transformations are done, and after doing this transformation, this is the answer. Now whenever you will do this question, it is not necessary that you have to do these transformations only which are done here. you can do in your own way. The problem is here, suppose we have our answer after 4 or 5 steps, you will get your answer suppose 5 or 6 steps after. So it is your choice how you are doing the transformation. So this is the solution for the taking rows and this is the solution with the columns. So for that we have to start the question with A equal to AI. And after doing some transformation, this is our answer. Now see, in case of taking the columns and in case of taking the rows, in both the ways our answer will be same. Now example 25, in example 25 it is given, find P inverse if it exists given P equal to a matrix 2 by 2 matrix is given. Now here the calculation is started with the rows. So we have to write P equal to IP. Whenever we will do the calculation taking the column, we have to write P equal to PI. Now see, after doing two transformations, we got these two zeros in the second row. That means elements of the second row on LHS are 0. Whenever we will get like this, then the inverse does not exist. So here it is written, we have all zeros in the second row of the left hand side matrix of the above equation. Therefore P inverse does not exist. So whenever we will do the inverse taking the elementary transformation, if we get all zeros in any rows of the matrix on the left hand side, then inverse does not exist. Here we got 0 in the second row. All the elements of the second row are 0 here. So the inverse does not exist. This is given in the remark of page number 92. So this is the remark. In the remark it is written, in case after applying one or more elementary row or column operation on A equal to IA or A equal to AI, whatever you are doing, if you are doing A equal to IA then also, and if you are doing A equal to AI then also, if we obtain all zeros in one or more rows of a matrix A on left hand side, then A inverse does not exist. That means if you get all zeros in one or more rows on the left hand side, that means in this matrix on the left hand side, then the inverse does not exist. So with this all our examples are finished. Now the exercise, in the exercise 3.4 the questions are given, using elementary transformations find the inverse of each of the matrices if it exists, in exercises 1 to 17. So up to 1 to 17 all questions are of elementary transformations to find the inverse. So try to these questions yourself. Question number 18 is, matrices A and B will be inverse of each other only if these four options are given. So from these four options we know whenever AB equal to BA equal to I, then A is the inverse of B and B is the inverse of A. So here matrices A and B will be inverse of each other. So our answer will be option D. So with this our exercise 3.4 is completed.